You put Bellwright down and instantly wanted more. Same. That slow climb from a sad little camp to a town that runs itself, that's the drug. So here are 11 games that actually get it, for the builders, the survivors, and the ones who just want to run it all. First one's going to look completely wrong. Necesse. It's a tiny top-down pixel thing. Looks like something you'd play on your phone in a waiting room. And then you blink, and it's 4 in the morning, and you've built a fortress with a fully staffed restaurant inside it. Everyone who tries it has the same story. Sat down to test it for 10 minutes, lost the whole day. Because under the cute little sprites, it's running Bellwright's exact brain. You gather, you recruit, you put people to work, you automate it, you defend it. What you give up is being physically there in a world. But if the part you loved was making the machine bigger, do not let the screenshots fool you. This next one might genuinely be the prettiest medieval city builder ever made. Foundation. No survival, no combat. You just grow this organic, gridless town until it looks like a painting. Meanwhile, the veterans have all lovingly rebuilt Mont Saint-Michel, and you're sitting there proud of your crooked little slum. It is the pure builder fantasy. The villagers can't pathfind to save their lives, but honestly, that's half these games. If your favourite Bellwright nights ended in a fight, this won't be the one. But if they ended with you just staring at the place you made, yeah, this'll get you. If Bellwright lost you because survival got a little too forgiving, this fixes that immediately. Clanfolk, picture dwarf fortress, except it threw on a cosy little cardigan, and then tried to wipe out your whole family with a Highland winter. You're not a hero, you're a household trying to get from we might starve to we have a banquet hall and for some reason, customizable tombs. And that climb, from barely alive to an actual little society, is maybe the most Bellwright thing on this whole list. It just has way worse weather. Alright, small controversy. Some people will tell you Manor Lords is basically Bellwright. I don't really buy it. This thing is made by essentially one guy, which is genuinely hard to believe when you see it. And it's all about the town as a painting. Road by road, season by season, with these gloriously scrappy battles bolted on the side. But Bellwright is down in the dirt with you. Manor Lords has you floating up in the clouds, nudging pieces around. Same love of building a place that feels real. Totally different chair you're sitting in. If you wanted to be the lord and not the labourer, it's stunning. Now, if you're being honest with yourself, and what actually kept you in Bellwright was the fighting, the raids, leading people into battle, then real talk, half this list is going to bore you. This is the one you want. Mount and Blade 2, Bannerlord. It does not care about your wood supply. What it does is let you start as a literal nobody and end up running armies and toppling kingdoms. And it will eat your life. Ask anyone who plays it about chasing one fleeing lord across the whole map for 40 minutes. Or watching auto-resolve casually murder their best soldier in a fight they'd obviously have won. That specific rage is basically a love language. It's the power fantasy Bellwright only ever whispers about. People who've sunk hundreds of hours into this thing basically call it Dwarf Fortress 2.0, and they're not wrong. Going medieval, the settlement becomes the entire personality here. People build full Gothic cathedrals in this thing, multi-level forts, the works, usually while a raid is bearing straight down on them. Quick one, since people always make me choose, for a Bellwright fan, ASKA feels closer minute to minute, but going medieval goes deeper the longer you live in it. You're commanding from above, instead of standing down in it. But that feeling of turning a few panicked huts into a fortress you'd actually die defending, completely intact. Halfway up, and this one kind of hurts because almost nobody is playing it. ASKA. It is a genuine hidden gem, and it deserves so much better because it nails the thing most of these games only fake. The villagers actually live. They've got moods, they've got needs, they pick up jobs and just get on with it without you babysitting them. And it's at its absolute best in co-op. You and a couple of friends turning a rough Viking camp into a town that quietly hums along on its own. If Bellwright for you was really about doing all this with people, bump ASKA way up. Okay, RimWorld. I know, it's top down. It kind of looks like a spreadsheet. Do not care, because nothing here speaks Bellwright's language better, and nothing on this list has destroyed more sleep schedules. Same drug, just way worse for your health. Here's the thing about RimWorld. It convinces you you're a brilliant logistics genius, right up until one of your colonists has a mental break and eats the prisoner. Someone loses a leg, you bolt on a peg leg, you keep moving. A raider's too talented to waste, so you recruit him. The whole game is your cozy little settlement slowly turning into a dark comedy you can't stop telling people about. Want combat? Wrong place. Want the management half of Bellwright cranked up until it's basically a personality disorder? This is the one. Top 3. And this is where it gets a little strange, in the best way. Soulmask. Because in this one, you're not a person, you're a mask. You possess a tribesman, you walk around in their body, and when they're not pulling their weight, you just hop into a better one. It sounds completely unhinged, and it absolutely works. You're out in the world, hands dirty, while behind you a sketchy little camp slowly grows into a fortress that runs itself. And you can do the entire thing with friends. If you came off Conan Exiles, it'll feel familiar. It just goes way deeper. The one catch, it's more tribal survival than cozy medieval. But for that pure, I'm running a living machine, and I'm standing inside it, feeling nothing else here does what Soulmask does. Number 2 slows everything down, on purpose. Sengoku Dynasty. Take Bellwright's bones, move them to feudal Japan, and something just shifts. This is the one where you stop optimizing and kind of start living there. You're walking your own streets in first person. You build a little shrine because it felt right, not because a menu told you to. Half the players are building gorgeous villages, the other half are straight up role-playing. And that presence, actually being inside the place, instead of hovering over it, is the thing a ton of Bellwright players didn't realize they were chasing. Same itch, much calmer hands.
Then this is my domain. But it was...
And number 1. The closest thing to Bellwright there is, and the one that genuinely got me, Medieval Dynasty. You start as nothing, you build the village by hand, and the place eventually runs itself. Same drug as always. But then this game does something none of the others even attempt. You get older, you marry someone, you have a kid, and one day your character actually dies of old age, and you just keep playing as your son in the same village. I had a run where I looked up and it was year 50. My character had gone grey, his wife was gone, and our kid was working the same fields we cleared back when this was all just dirt and a dream. And I genuinely just sat there for a second. Because you don't end up managing a settlement in this game. You end up having lived a whole life inside one. If you only try one thing off this entire list, make it this.
Life. Whatever needed doing around the farm, I'd do it. Being the elder.
So that's the 11. If you love the building, Foundation, Manor Lords, RimWorld. If you love barely surviving, Clanfolk and going medieval. If you want to run the whole world, that's Bannerlord, co-op crews, ASKA and Soulmask. And the 2 closest to the real thing, Sengoku Dynasty, and Medieval Dynasty. But here's the actual question, because I've played all of these, and I still don't think anything has truly beaten Bellwright at the one specific thing Bellwright does. So prove me wrong. Don't tell me what's similar. Tell me what actually belongs above Medieval Dynasty and why. I'll be down in the comments. Catch you in the next one.